Right. Perfect. So we are going live. We are starting. So I want to thank all of you guys who are here. Shanae, Amanda, I can see Kiwana, Bree, Abigail, Jamaica. Thank you guys for, for being present today. So today I want you guys to, you don't want to live here the same, right? So whilst I'm doing all the, I would like you guys to start dropping any questions. Today is about taxes. Now, why are taxes so important? So I'm going to introduce myself, for the benefit of those who don't really know me. So let me just kind of do this on the year. Let's have a look here. So this is just for those on watching on Facebook and things like that, right? So my name is Jerry Pani, right? For those who don't know me, I have a master's degree in accounting and finance. I have an MBA. I'm also a fellow chartered certified accountant. I qualified in 2005 as an accountant, and I've been practicing since then. I've been in public practice. Now, most people don't understand accounting is very diversified. You have, you have forensic accountants, you have management accountants, you have financial accountants, you have auditors, you have tax consultants, you have fixed asset accountants. It's crazy. It's so diversified, right? So you can be you have those accountants who work in public practice. So they provide services to individuals, and then you have other accountants who are in, okay, there you go. And then you have other accountants. So those in public practice provide services to individuals and business owners. And then accountants in industry, as they call it, they generally work for a company, right? Like maybe Apple, Google, Facebook, right? Where they would have a specific role. So they could be doing like budgeting, fixed asset accounting, or maybe internal auditors. So it's quite diversified here. So my passion has always, you see, when I was young, I wanted to be a doctor. Many people don't realize that, right? But I'm quite excited. I thank God I never became a doctor. Why? Because I came to understand that it's never about how much you make. It's actually about how much you keep, right? It's about how much you keep. So I want to, so I came to realize doctors, yes, they have the knowledge, right? But most doctors don't have the financial knowledge, which means that what? They end up working hard and hard and hard, and, they just give their money to Uncle Sam, right? That is a problem, right? So the issues that we have right now, I'm going to, for those who are on, let's have a look here. So here are a couple of issues that we have right now. You see, your net worth is based on your assets minus your liabilities, right? Your assets minus your liabilities. That's the formula for your net worth. Now, you would see that your assets would be things like your investments, money in the bank, right? Is basically anything that has a value, right? You have appreciating assets and you have depreciating assets, right? Now, appreciating assets will be things like real estate, right? Money in the bank growing above inflation generally will be appreciating. And then you have investments, right? You have tangible and intangible assets. So liabilities will be any form of debt that you have. So it will be like credit card debt, loans and all those kind of things. Anything that you owe to anybody. It could be an individual. It could be a financial institution, right? So if you see that in the net worth formula, you have what we call income, right? Your income is basically the money that you make that sits in the bank. Now, the money that we also have what we call disposable income. So your disposable income is how much money that actually stays that you can do whatever you want to do with it. But let's go back to the source. So you work, right? Taxes get deducted from your income, and then what is left is what you have to deal with. Now, but what would you like in an ideal world? Right? Most people struggle with taxes. Taxes deplete wealth. So I'm going to give you guys, right. So let's say, did you know that the richest 400 wealthiest family in America have a true tax rate of 8.2%? Did you know that? Right? That's a fact. So I'm just going to, for those who are watching on other, on other platforms, I'm going to share the screen, but you guys can see roughly. So did you know that the richest 400 wealthiest family in America have a true tax rate of 8.2%? So I have done taxes for so many clients for so many years, and I realized that especially nurses, the average nurse is around 20%. In the days of COVID, they were going above 22%. Now, how does that make you feel that you work so hard, right? And you are at 22%, 20%, 18% effective tax rate, whereas the wealthiest 400 families in America have a true tax rate of 8.2%. That's crazy, right? Yes. But what can you do about it? Nothing. Are they breaking the rules? No. They are just following the rules. These are the things that we're going to talk about. And I always make this very clear. Paying taxes is a choice. Paying taxes is a choice, right? You don't have to pay more taxes than you need to. And let me tell you guys, you are not more patriotic by paying more taxes, right? Let no one fool you. You are not more patriotic by paying more taxes, right? So I'm going to give you another statistics there, right? Now we have, it says that what? Did you know that the richest 25 Americans have a true tax rate of 3.4%? Is that not crazy? Now these are guys, they are just people like you and me, right? They are 3.4%. And you work so hard, you're making 180,000, 120,000, and you are at 18%. That is crazy. Now, what can you do about it? There's something you can do about it, right? There are things you can do about that. And those are the things that I'm going to be talking about. Now, like I said, let me see how many people do we have here. So let's see here. We have a couple of people. Let me see. I see that's Charlie. Yes, Bree, welcome. Right, to our newcomers. Yes, Lovely, welcome. Kaylin, welcome. Right? Yes. Paying taxes is a choice. We have to change the game, guys. We have to change it. Look, let us stop the blame culture. Let us stop the blame culture. We have to do it for yourself. Do it for your family. There are so many powerful tax strategies out there. And look, guys, those of you here, you don't have to go back the same. Trust me, right? If these guys, if the richest 25 Americans have a true tax rate of 3.4%, why can you not achieve that? Right? I'll give you a good example. I did my taxes, right, recently, and I was able to use these powerful tax strategies to cut down over $50,000 from my taxes. $50,000 I'm talking about, right? But again, we are going to talk about some of these powerful tax strategies, right? So taxes deplete wealth, trust me, right? Now it says that what? Did you know that only 3% of people who make $200,000 per year pay zero in taxes? So there are strategies that you can effectively use to pay 0% in taxes, to $0 in taxes. But I call these guys the 3% club. The 3% club. It means that what? Only 3% of people who are making about $200,000 will pay zero in taxes. It is possible, right? But let us start from the basics. Let us start from the basics, right? Again, like I say, right, it says it's not patriotic. It's not your patriotic duty to pay more taxes. People don't have a money problem. People have a knowledge problem. And that is what we have to fix. Success starts with the mindset, right? Success starts with the mindset. Let me just wave these guys joining in right now. Welcome, welcome. I can see here, Brie, Monique. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's see here. Okay, some of you guys I've not met before. For those who are just coming in, yes, like I was saying, yes, my name is Jerry Pani. I qualified as an accountant in 2005. So my expertise is in accounting, finances, and taxes. So I've over the last couple of years, I've advised hundreds of business owners and individuals. My biggest clients are making over $10 million. I have other clients making $1 million, half a $250,000, and so on. And trust me, wealthy people have it all. But it should not stop you, right? It should not stop you. It should not stop you. Don't stop yourself. Don't limit yourself. Only you can limit yourself. You see the difference? Nationwide did a survey and they realized that 99% of those surveyed did not seek professional advice, right? The difference between wealthy people and middle class is that wealthy people seek professional advice. The middle class spend their time seeking advice from their family, from their friends, from their siblings, from Google, from YouTube, from Instagram, and all those sources, right? You see, I've coached so many nurses over the last 3 years. Many people have been a blessing. I had a financial program. Many nurses have been through my program and they've been blessed, right? But let me tell you guys, don't try to show me one person who became wealthy by Googling. It does not happen. And I'm going to explain to you guys why, right? Like, I have paid for programs, don't get me wrong, because nobody knows everything, right? So think about it. If I pay $50,000 for a program to develop myself, right? Or let's take a better example. So who knows who a tax strategist is, right? Right? We have, who knows who a tax strategist is? Tax strategists are tax experts, right? So for those who don't know, accounting, like I said before, is very diversified and very specialized. So I specialize in public practice, providing services to individuals, right? So accounting, you have those. So over the last couple of years, like I said, I've been helping so many nurses, but now I have decided to specialize in strategic tax planning. What is strategic tax planning? But we're going to talk about that, right? Right. So strategic tax planning is a lot of these strategies that I just spoke about. You see all these wealthy people paying 3% taxes and, true tax rate of 0%. Those are the things that's my passion now. That's my passion, right? So, like I was saying, imagine that somebody comes to me and say, Jerry, my tax liability is $200,000 and I want you to bring it down to $10,000, right? And I tell them, okay, I'm going to come up with a plan for you, but this plan is going to cost you $25,000. Tax plans are not cheap. Let me tell you guys. Now think about it. If you owe $200,000 to the IRS, and I tell you that I can bring your taxes down from $200,000 to $10,000, but you are going to pay me $25,000, $30,000. Who is not going to pay that? That's why tax planning is very powerful, right? Now, like I was saying, it's a strategic tax planning is kind of, it's like a surgeon, right? You have somebody who is a generalist doctor, but you have people who are specialists. So that's the kind of stuff that I'll be doing going forward, right? We have to change ourselves. We have to look, like I was saying, Google will not take you there. Instagram will not take you there, because if somebody came to me, like I said, and paid me $20,000, $30,000 for a tax plan or a tax strategy, do you think that this guy is going to go and post it on Instagram? No. Now, for those who buy books, don't get me wrong, I don't have any problem with those who buy books. But if you buy a book and the book is $20, $10, do you think that any expert like myself is going to put all the powerful strategies that people pay tens of thousands of dollars for in a book that costs $15? No. So think about it. If you came to Jerry and said, Jerry, I want you to help me to reduce my taxes, right? And I say, okay, you're going to give me $5,000 or $10,000, right? Instead of paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to Uncle Sam. Now, imagine that the following day you see Jerry posting all those strategies on Instagram that you just paid $10,000 for. How would you feel? Look, guys, knowledge is power. It says that the problem that we suffer from is not that we don't make enough money. The problem is that we have a knowledge problem, right? So today is, let's see here who's new, right? Okay, perfect. So I want us to, the goal of this session is that I want you to take away something. I want you to go away with something. Now, so let's start. Let me get this real quick here, right? Now, if you have questions, please feel free to post them. If you have questions, please feel free to post them so that we can deal with your tax questions, right? If you have practical concerns, this is an opportunity. It says, Bella, welcome, Bella. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions. And I tell people I'm not just a random person. I'm very busy, right? Those who know me know I have so much to do, but I always try to make time for things that are important, right? So, based on my experience in accounting and finances and taxes and businesses, there are a couple of things that I have come to realize. But like I said, today is, let's talk about taxes. Let's talk about taxes. Now, how many people here do not have, how many people here only have a W-2 income? Or how many people here only have W-2 income, right? Welcome, with locks, right? How many people here only have W-2 income? How many people, right? Is anybody here how many people here only have W-2 income, right? How many people here only have W-2 income? Let's see here, right? Now, like I said, if you have questions, please feel free to post them, right? Post them. So we're going to deal with your question in real time. Now, the worst tax position to be in is to have a job. That's a fact. You can ask any tax expert and they're going to tell you that. The worst tax code is to have the tax code of a job, right? So Mika says she's the only one who has a W-2 income, right? Anybody else? Who else has who here only has W-2 income? That's the question. If you have a business, a side hustle, that is fine, right? So let's see here. Mika says she has, right? She says she has a W-2 income. That's fine. So yes, even if you have a W-2 income, we can fix that. It's not a problem, right? We can fix your problem, right? Tenny Smith joined. Welcome, right? Yes. So, who else has W-2 income only, right? So Mika says she has W-2 income. Who else only has W-2 income? Anybody here? Right? Now, if you only have, so let's deal with Mika. She says, okay, the fitness. So, okay, the fitness says she only has W-2 income. Mika says she has W-2 income. Now, it is not a problem. We can fix that. We can fix that. So let's deal with those that have, let me tell you guys, the worst tax code to be in is W-2 tax code. Why? Because the tax code was not designed for W-2 income earners. The tax code was designed for business owners. The tax code was designed for business owners. You have to do yourself a favor to at least do something that you can call a business, right? So let's see here. Yeah, Kimberly, welcome, right? So you have to do your best to have a form of business. Now, I'm going to take all of you guys on a journey. I'm going to ensure that you guys become tax literate. You can transform your life. You can transform your finances. So this is a vision. The vision, because we only have between now and December to do tax planning, right? So the vision is that I'm going to be doing live sessions once a week. And I'm going to be talking about specific elements of the tax code, right? So that's the goal. I'm going to be having sessions live once a week, and I'll be talking about specific elements of the tax code, and then we can talk about any other things, right? Yes. But today, I want one person. I want to fix one person's problems. So let's see here. So let's start with those who say they only have W-2 income, right? We have the feed nurse, we have Mika. Now, this is what you have to do, Mika, right? Mika and the feed nurse. You must have a form of business. Now, there are 5 ways by which you can start a business. I'm just going to go real quick, right? Sultry chocolate, welcome, right? So number 1, you can start a business based on your skill set. We have cardiac domain, right? Okay, it's fine if you don't have a business, it's fine, but the message is that it's the worst tax position to be in, because those who pay the most taxes are W-2 income earners. The tax code was never designed for you guys. The tax code was designed for business owners, right? So we have to fix that problem. So let me show you guys how to fix that problem. Number 1, you need to start a business. There are 5 ways by which you can start a business. Now, you can start a business, number 1, based on your skill set. So I started as an accountant based on my skill set. So when I was an accountant, right, it's crazy. I was working for a top company, and I just started my bookkeeping business. That's how I started. And then at the time, it went to a level where my business income was able to replace my employment income. Now, starting a business based on your skill set is one of the safest ways to start a business. So if you are a nurse, for example, you can start, you can at least try something, IV hydration, do something that's in your area of expertise. You can start coaching people. You can start your coaching business. You can start your mentorship business. Right? You can write ebooks. Try something. At least try something. Right? Something that can be called a business. So you can start based on your skill set, and trust me, it's the safest way to start a business. Right? Number 2, you can start a business based on a passion. Your passion can be photography. Your passion can be dancing. Your passion can be eating. Your passion can be sleeping. You can start a business based on your passion. Right? A couple of years ago, I spoke to a nurse. She told me, Jerry, I love photography. I said, oh, well, why don't you start a business? Right? So my goal now is to help those who are only W-2 income earners, and then I'll get to those who have businesses. Then we can tackle your problems as well. Right? So you can start a business based on your passion. Just do something. Just do something. Right? Number 3, the third way to start a business is based on a dream. Right? Maybe you've always dreamt of having a hair salon or a restaurant or something. Usually it's risky to use that approach, but there are ways that you can mitigate the risk. If you want to go into an area that is not your area of expertise, the best thing is to pay somebody who is an expert in that area. Let him look, trust me, guys. You don't want to you can try to do things by yourself right now. If you are young, if you are in your 20s, yes, you can say, okay, I'm going to take the risk. But if you are 30 and above, guys, there is no time. Time is money, right? So you can start a business based on a dream, right? Now, the full way by which you can start a business, you can start a business based on political, environmental factors, opportunities, right? Opportunities come and go. So which means that you can spot an opportunity in your area of expertise. You can spot an opportunity because of environmental factors. And I'm going to give you an example. When COVID came, think about it. Over 25 million people were out of work. But when COVID came, guess what? A bunch of people became wealthier. They made more money, right? They could predict that there was going to be a shortage of PPE, and they were now able to use that to their advantage, right? And they were able to double and triple, quadruple the price of PPE, hand sanitizers, face masks when COVID came. And these guys they made millions of dollars, right? I'll give you another good example of opportunity. When COVID came, the government was giving out PPP loans, right? All these things. Some crazy guys were again, we don't talk about those kind of guys. They embezzled the system and they went to jail, right? Now, you have a group of people who were able to take the PPP loan at 1%, and they were able to invest that money at 10, 20, 30%. That's what I call being smart, right? So you have to always be open to opportunities. Opportunities come and go. Let me give you a good example. Opportunities might be because of changes in the tax law, right? Somebody that I know, he was able to, the government came out with a new law, but trust me, that new law opened doors for this guy. He was going to make millions and millions and millions of dollars because of changes in the tax law. You always have to be, your ears have to be sharp for opportunities, guys. Now, the fifth way by which you can start a business is being an inventor, right? If you can invent something, trust me, it's not very common, right? If you look at social media, Facebook and all these guys, they were inventors. If you look at Facebook guy, Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos, yes, he just started in his garage, right? You can start something right there. So the message is that W-2 tax code is the worst tax code to find yourself in, but you can do something, right? If you are really, really struggling and you don't know what to do, well, you can just talk to me, but I have to make time right? I'll have to make time for that. But where there is a will, there is a way, right? So welcome to those who are just joining now. Vince, right? Welcome. Where there is a will, there is a way. But like I said, you have to do your best to start a business. Start a business, right? Now, we're going to talk about the second group of people we're going to talk about are those who have businesses. Those who have businesses. Now, this is the best tax code to find yourself in, right? Because the tax code was made for business owners. The tax code was made for business owners. So you have to, you just have to keep doing what you have started doing in the form of a business, right? So now let me cover a couple of things. Let's have a look here. Now, in the course of so many years, I'm going to talk about, tax preparation and, now most people ask the question, but what's the difference between a tax preparer and a tax strategist, right? So I want to just explain one or two things so that we can all understand. Now, a tax preparer, it's someone who files your taxes. Tax preparers don't need to be accountants. They don't need to be tax strategists. Anybody can be a tax preparer. You give your documents to the tax preparer and they file your taxes. That's their job. Now, when it comes to tax preparation, there are a couple of things which I'm going to highlight today. Some people may not like it, but I'd rather be honest, right? So one of the things I came to realize is that, guys, today is about taxes, right? I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions. Today is about taxes. Now, one of the issues that I found out is that people do not check their tax returns. If you give your documents to someone to check, from the moment you sign that I am okay for this guy to file my taxes or this lady to file my taxes, you are liable. The government holds you accountable, not the tax preparer. They hold you, the taxpayer, accountable. So it is your responsibility to ensure that anyone who does your taxes, you are aware of the content of the things that are in your tax return. I'm going to give you guys real life scenarios. I've seen many nurses, they came to me, they said, Jerry, I want you to do my taxes. And so I went through your tax return and I saw things, it is crazy. Right? One of these nurses, she gave her taxes to some crazy guys, and these guys inflated her standard deduction. They were claiming crazy things like ridiculous amount in charitable donations, ridiculous amounts in mortgage interest, real estate taxes. They were all inflated. Medical expenses. This is crazy. Guys, you have to be careful. Now, I tell you guys, I'm going to be very straightforward here. Those who know me know I'm always very straightforward, right? Now, I would rather be honest with you, right? If you don't like me being honest, it is fine. But at least you're not going to say you were not told. When you give your tax documents to someone and they tell you, how much do you want to pay in taxes, or by how much do you want me to reduce your taxes, you better know that that's a red flag. You better know that that's a red flag. Let me tell you guys, the worst thing to find yourself in is to get audited by the IRS. It's a lot of headache. It's better to pay $5,000 and avoid the headache. But then that's why you have to talk to a tax strategist anyways, right? Now, so it's crazy. You need to know what's in your tax return. Because at the end of the day, you are going to go to jail, not the tax preparer. You have to be careful. I've seen many cases where there's this case that I came across. She came to me and I saw this guy. You see, people just claim ridiculous things. They claim hundreds of thousands of dollars of ridiculous expenses. And because they are not experienced, they are just tax preparers, right? Again, this is not putting down anybody. They just do things in unreasonable ways. You have to be careful. You need to know what's in your tax return. Don't take unreasonable risks with rogue tax preparers. Trust me. When a tax preparer files your taxes, you need to have a copy of that tax return. I would really strongly encourage each and every one of you. You need to understand the content of a basic tax return. I think that's actually what I'm going to do in one of the live sessions. I'm going to bless everyone. I'm going to train you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to read tax returns for your own benefit, not for mine. Who wants that? Tell me, who wants that? Who wants that who wants that? Tell me. Right? Who wants that? Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So who wants me to educate everyone here on what a tax return is? The basic things to look out for, especially when you give your tax return to a tax preparer to file. Who wants us to talk about that? Let's see here. Let's see here. Right. Welcome, Crystal. Okay, Karina, welcome. Let's see here. Right. So we're probably going to have a session to talk about what a tax return is, so that you guys can be blessed. I'm going to write it down. So we're going to have a session to talk about that. Right. Like I said, so let me just write it down. What is, right? If I don't write it, I'm going to forget, right? Form 1040. So we're going to have a session to talk about what is Form 1040. I'm going to break down everything to you. Guys, I don't want you to be the same. Failure is not an option. Failure is a choice, right? Success is a choice. In our day and age, ignorance should not be an excuse, right? So we're going to talk about what is a 1040. We're going to talk about what is Schedule C. We have so much to talk about. So I'm going to take you guys on a journey. Like I said, for those who are just joining, this is the goal. I'm going to be having IG lives once a week till the end of the year. Why? Because once December, January hits, you cannot do anything. Tax planning is now. Tax planning is now. This is the time that you have to implement some of these strategies. Now, at some point, I'm also going to talk about some of the powerful strategies that wealthy people are using so that you can use it for yourself, right? So we are going to talk about those things. So let's see here. So quite a couple of people want us to talk about these powerful strategies. So we are going to talk about them, right? So let's see here. Okay, perfect. So you absolutely have to be careful. Guys, it does not help us to get rogue people to do our tax returns, right? It doesn't help. Do not expose yourself, right? So real quick, I'm going to, a couple of people have asked me, but Jerry, what's the difference between a tax preparer? What's the difference between a tax preparer, a CPA or an accountant, and a tax strategist? So now let me just break down the difference, right? If you go to Google, you get it anyway, but I'll help you out, right? So a tax preparer, like I said, is someone who you give him your documents, he just prepares your tax return. He does not show you powerful ways or strategies that you can use to reduce your taxes. That's who a tax preparer is, right? Now, do not blame your tax preparer if you owe in taxes. Yes, right? Now, a CPA or an accountant, these are licensed professionals, right? So they are, again, I've been an accountant since 2005. It's a long time. I can't imagine it's been this long, right? So accountants can be specialized in different aspects of accounting. Like I said, you have forensic accountants, management accountants, financial reporting accountants, fixed asset accountants, auditors. It's just so diversified, right? And then the difference between an accountant and a tax strategy is simple. Some accountants are tax strategists, right? So being a tax strategist is basically someone who is an expert in taxes. So he understands the tax laws and shows you legal ways by which you can reduce your taxes. Now, that's the direction that I'm taking. Over the last couple of years, I love accounting. I love all the tax preparation. But guys, I came to realize that the secret in life is taxes. That's the secret right there. Taxes make the difference. If you don't protect your portfolio from taxes and use powerful tax strategies to reduce your tax bracket or your tax rate, you are not doing yourself a favor. Right? So, like I said, a tax strategist is a specialist area, right? So, for those who are, you guys are, a couple of you guys, again, I'm officially launching, my new tax planning business, right? So, so this is the next level, and guys, this is the next level. Success is a choice. So, this is the next level. You can I don't know. Let me see here, right? So let's see here. You can check out my website and they tell me what it looks like. Let me see here. Let me see here. Right. Tax. Okay. Right. You can check out my website. Right. Some people are surprised I designed it myself. Right. I like to try things. Right. So that's my new website for my tax planning business. And guys, we are going to the next level. Success is a choice. Failure is a choice. Paying taxes is a choice, right? So now I want us to talk about business owners. Those who, is there anybody here who is 100% self-employed? He doesn't have a W-2 income. Is there anyone here? Anyone here who is anybody here who is 100% business owner, so he doesn't have W-2 income? Is there anybody here? Oh, okay. Kian is 100% business owner, so she doesn't. Kian, I think you were a nurse, right? Am I wrong? Right. So who else is 100% business owner here? So you've retired from whatever you were doing. I used to be an employee as an accountant, and then I retired from accounting, right? But this is a long time ago, over 13 years ago, right? So let's see who is okay. Yes, Kian, she says she's 10. Now, guys, Kian just said something. This is awesome. Now I'm going to tell you guys something, right? Let me be a blessing to someone. If you have the opportunity to get paid through a W-2 or a 1099, guys, choose W-2 pathway. W-2 pathway is the best option for you guys. Now, I'm going to repeat it. If you have the option of choosing whether you can get paid through a W-2 or a 1099, you must choose the 1099 route. Why? Because you are under the tax code of business owner. You can take advantage of the tax code, right? So Kian, for example, who is she's 1099 nurse. So when she goes to different states, her flight ticket, she can claim it as a tax write-off. Her cell phone use, she can claim it as a tax write-off. Her accommodation, the car rental, she can claim all these things as tax write-offs. Now, somebody is going to say, what is a tax write-off? A tax write-off basically means that you are going to claim it as an expense on your tax return, and you are going to get a deduction. It's going to reduce your taxable income. That's what a tax write-off is, right? If you have the option, like I said, of choosing between W-2 or 1099, guys, choose 1099 anytime, anyhow, right? Now, somebody may be asking, but Jerry, do I get these questions all the time. So let me just be a blessing to someone, right? Somebody says, right? Jerry, do I get paid through an LLC or do I get paid? Look, let me tell you guys something. A 1099 simply means that you are an independent contractor. You are under you are classed as a sole proprietor, right? You are entitled to all the tax write-offs and the tax benefits. You see, so the best thing to have is to have it. If you have an LLC, you have to understand that an LLC is a business structure that's formed with the state. But how LLCs are taxed is different, right? You can be taxed as a disregarded entity, or you can be taxed as a C corporation or an S corporation, right? But all of them have the advantages and disadvantages. But let me make things simple. If you're a nurse, just get a 1099. It doesn't matter whether you have an LLC or not. It doesn't matter, right? Now, however, let me say this real quick. However, if you are a nurse and you're getting paid through Welcome Ida, if you are a nurse and you're getting paid through a 1099, right? If you're making over $60,000-$70,000, now this is a tax strategy right here. The best thing for you to do, to be honest, is to form an LLC and get taxed under the S Corporation tax code. You get more tax benefits doing that, right? Now, there are other powerful tax strategies that would depend on other things like whether you have kids and all this kind of stuff. So there are many more powerful tax strategies right here. But let me just be a blessing to someone. And I'm going to repeat it again. If you're getting paid through a 1099, right? If you are making over, let me just make it simple, $60,000, the best thing to do is to do an S corporation election by filling in form 2553. That will give you more tax advantages, right? So again, these are other things that there are other powerful tax strategies that we can use right here. But let's just talk about the basic things that anyone can do. So is someone being blessed here? Who is being blessed? Let's see, who is being blessed? Right? Let's see. So who is being blessed here? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right? Right. I have so much to talk about, but unfortunately, I have other things to do. So we have 8 minutes to end the live. So real quick. So let's see here. Who has a question? I want to take questions so that let's see who has a question. Let's see who has a question, right? So it's all about taxes, showing you guys how you can transform your life and live, a tax-free life just like the wealthy people using tax strategy, powerful tax strategy. So these are the things we are going to be talking about till the end of the year, right? So you're going to be seeing me more often, right? Now, so let's see here. Who has a question? Who has a question? Let's see. Any question? Who has a question? So that we can talk about taxes. It's all about taxes, right? It's all about taxes. Okay, she said, can I repeat the statement about 1099? Beautiful. Now, this is a secret right here. Don't be confused, right? Kiashes is confused. Like, let me help you out. So this is how it happens. When you get a job, right? Or she says, can I post it in the chat? Right. Okay. I'm going to repeat it slowly so that everybody can write it down. If you are getting paid through a 1099, whether you're a nurse or you're not a nurse, it does not matter. If you are getting paid through a 1099, so first condition, if you are getting paid through a 1099, right? This is what you need to do. If your income is above $60,000, the best thing to do is to form an LLC, get yourself an EIN number, and then do an S Corp election. Do an S Corp election by completing form 2553. So somebody says I should text it. Let me see here. So you guys, so you have to, so I'll say 1099, you're going to get paid 1099 non-employee compensation NEC, right? So you're going to form, right? You're going to form an LLC, right? I'm just posting it there. So 1099 and NEC, right? So I'm posting it from here, right? You're going to form an S corporation. So you're going to do form an LLC, and then you're going to do the S corporation, right? S corporation, S corp election, right? Election by completing, right? Completing form 2553, right? So I'm posting it from my business stuff. So you're going to do an S corp election by completing form 2553. Now, being an S, so when you do the S corp election, right, it gives you that there are other strategies that you can use. So we're going to put you as an employee of the S corporation. And then there are other strategies that you can use, especially if you have like children. Trust me, if you have children, you need a tax strategist. I'm just being honest with you, right? As a business owner, you're exposed to all the powerful tax codes that a lot of wealthy people have been using for so many years, right? So, so does that kind of help you out? So, so you do the S corporation election and then you complete form 2553. There are other strategies. If you are very late, okay, let me just be a blessing to someone here. You can do what we call a late S corp election, right? You can do a late corp election, but again, this is another tax strategy. It really depends on your personal circumstance, right? It depends how much you made, how much you've made so far, or how much you made last year. So those are things that we can look into to reduce your taxes. But guys, paying taxes is a choice, right? Let me see here. Right, it says here. Okay, let's have a look. Oops. Right. So do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Right? Any more questions? Any more questions? Guys, as long as it's a child, there are powerful tax strategies. So someone is asking, are there tax strategies with children over 18 years? Of course. Of course. There are tax strategies. Look, there are tax strategies if you have parents. If you have parents who are not working, there are powerful tax strategies that you can use. These guys, use your parents to you know, and just take advantage of them not working. Guys, there are so many powerful tax strategies right here, right? So let's see. So yes, to answer, it says, are there tax strategies with children over 18 years of age? The answer to that is yes, right? So let's see here. Any other question? Any other question? Because I want to have to round up in a couple of minutes. Let's see here. Let's see here. Right, let's see here. So any other question? Any other question? So let's see. She says she asked a question. Destiny, what was your? Can you repeat your question, please? So let's see here. Destiny, can you repeat your question, please? Let me see here if I can go back all the way back. So Destiny, let's have a look here. Destiny. So my live is being streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So I'm having to, you know, I'm being streamed from all over the place. So let's see here. Things are going to change. Things will never be the same. Your life will never be the same. Trust me. Your life will never be the same. Failure is a choice. Paying taxes is a choice, right? So let's see here. What was your question there? Feed Destiny, did you have any other question? I can't see your question. She says she asked a question. I can't see it. Yes, all right. So let's see here. So have I answered all questions? Right? Have I answered all questions? Let's see here. Any other question? Any other question? You see? Okay. So Phil says, can you rent out rooms in your house without a LLC? Can you rent out rooms in your house without an LLC? Of course, right? It's simple. If you have, if let's say you have a 3-bedroom house, right, or 4-bedroom house, and you're living in one of the rooms, it will just go on your 1040. on your tax return, right? It's classed as passive income. So you do not need an LLC for that. It's just going to go on your tax return, right? So if you're renting out a room in your house, you do not need an LLC, right? So let's see here. She says, is it a tax write-off? Rooms in your house without an L. Now you see, when you rent out rooms in your house, right? What is that even? Just ignore the text message that I posted L0. That's a typo, right? So if you rent out a room in your house, that income becomes taxable, right? Because it's on tax income. So it's going to become taxable. Now, what kind of expenses can you deduct? So that's a brilliant question, right? So let's say that you have 3 rooms in your house, right? You're living in one and you're renting 2 rooms. So this is what you are going to do. Because you are renting out those 2 rooms, you will be entitled to claim so let's say it's 2/3. So the business, so you're going to claim 2/3 of the household utility bills and expenses as a tax write-off. So if you are paying somebody $100 to mow your lawn, that business is going to claim 2/3 of that. The utilities, the water, the electricity, you are going to claim that as a business expense, and you are going to claim 2/3 of that, right? So does that kind of answer so all the gas and all those kind of stuff? So let me give you guys, let's say you have a 3-bedroom house. You can rent out just 1 room right here. And if it's a 3-bedroom house, technically you're going to claim 1/3, right? 1/3 of the utilities and all those kind of expenses for renting out that room in your house. But you don't need an LLC for that, right? But all those expenses, you are going to be able to claim them, and it's passive. It's classed as passive income, right? Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So any other question, please? Any other tax question? We have so much to cover. Your life will never be the same. Let's see here. She says what? Yes, 2/3 of and I leave. Okay, perfect. So if you have, let me look from this other phone. It says that what? 2/3 of a 4-bedroom, and I live in. Perfect. Yes, that's a good thing to do. You're entitled to all the tax write-offs right here, right? So perfect. So let's see here. Yes. Okay. So that's perfect. So I'm seeing here. Okay. Kian, she says she got a question, right? So Kian, what's your question, please? I think this is the last question I'm going to take, right? Just because of time, I have some stuff to do. So Kian says she has a question. What's your question, please? But again, like I said, this is the beginning of a journey, right? Your lives are going to be transformed. Your lives are going to be transformed. Now, let me just ask a quick question. What days would you like us to have the weekly Zoom meetings, right? Who prefers weekdays or weekends, right? I just want to know what you guys think about. Let me know, please. Let me know, please. Right? Let me know, please. Let's see. Let's see here. So just let me know. So what day do you prefer? Weekends? Somebody says weekends, right? Weekends may be better. Yes. I can see the 2 weekends, right? I think it looks like this time on these days is actually better, right, for most people. So yeah, so I'm just going to schedule the next one on Sunday, same time. So we're going to be having lives Sundays. The only thing is that I'll be abroad next weekend, so I'll be flying abroad on a business trip. But I'll be 6 hours ahead of Central Time. But we're still going to have the weekend. So we're going to be having Sundays at same time, religiously till the end of the year. Guys, your life has to change. Your life has to change, right? So Sunday, I can see everybody says Sunday is perfect. Like, now what do we do if there's there's football, right? So perfect is not a problem. So I'm going to be doing Sundays going forward. Every Sunday, same time, you tune in. You have Jerry, and we're going to talk about different topics that will change your life and transform your life forever, right? So any last question before I kind of log off? And by the way, I want to thank you guys for taking your time. I want to thank you guys for taking your time. Shanae, yes, I can see here. Kian, I can see. Oh, Lois, I can see you there, right? Right, let's see here. Who is here? I can see here. Karina, I can see here. If I've not called your name, it's not because I don't like you. Just bear with me, please, right? At times, it's not easy. So I'm trying to develop my systems to be, to be better at what I'm doing, right? So we're going to, I don't think there's any other question. So I want to thank you guys for everything. You guys have a blessed Sunday, right? Just take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. Oh, she says, Kian posted her question again. Let's see here. Where's the question? Let's see here. So ask this. Let me answer before I go. So Kian says, let me look at it from this other phone, right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. She says that what? Let's have a look. One of my properties is under an LLC. I pay $40 a month towards sewage. Can I write it off? Right. So you see, when you have a business, so let me just make this simple for you guys. When you have a business, any expense you have incurred because of that business is a tax write-off, right? The tax code specifically says it has to be reasonable, it has to be expected, right? So which means that any expense, if you paid the $40, ask yourself the question, if you did not have the business, would you have paid the $40? That's it, simple. Any business, any expense you incur because of your business is a tax write-off, right? I think that's the simplest way to put it there, right? So let's see here. So did I answer your question, Kian? Let's see. Kian, did I answer your question? Please say yes, let's see. Did I answer your question? Right? Did I answer your question, Kian? Let's have a look here. Right? Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. So I think we've spent enough time. I have to go, guys. So next session, I'm going to talk about other aspects of taxes. Just out of curiosity, someone said they wanted us to talk about Form 1040. What it is there any other topic that you would like me to talk about? Any topic, so I can make sure that we cover these things in detail, right? Is there any other tax topic? Let's see here. Any other tax topic that you want us to talk about? Let's see here. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to stop here, right? Let's see here. Oh, some of you guys are funny, right, Shani? I can see here. Okay. Now, okay, guys, I want to thank you for coming today, and we are going to continue next weekend. And you guys have a blessed Sunday, and you take it, and we'll see you next time. Okay, peace.